Small business grants are a great way to fund a new or growing small business. But a drawback of seeking grant funding is that awards are typically only given out once per year. Or are they? Stay tuned to this video where we'll look at grant programs for small businesses that give out awards multiple times per year. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Tasha with West Financial Services LLC, where we provide tax strategies, business services, and financial education to help you achieve your economic goals and live life without financial limitations. In today's video, we'll review 5 grant opportunities that provide funding to grantees at least twice per year, some even more. So the first grant on our list is the Fast Break for Small Business Grant. This grant is co-sponsored by Axion Opportunity Fund, the WNBA, the NBA, and LegalZoom. So we're here on the web page now for the grant. It's not open right now. The last application cycle closed on May 27th. But just want to show you a little bit here. These are $10,000 grants, and they are given to 50 small businesses. So $10,000 and a free LegalZoom product of your choosing is given to each of those 50 small businesses. And you can see here the eligibility requirements. You have to be based in the United States, have to have been in business for at least 6 months. You have to have an annual revenue of less than $1 million. You must have a business bank account, and you cannot be in a prohibited industry. And farther down on the page, they define what industries are prohibited. And so, guys, keep your eye out for this one. The last grant cycle, like I said, closed in May, but this grant is given out twice a year. And so we can see here the first rounds of grants were dispersed in January of 2022, and the second round were dispersed in July of 2022. So we can expect around the end of this year, the end of 2022, for that grant application to open back up, and we will be applying for it at that time. So the next grant on our list is the Amber Grant. So I love the Amber Grant. It's not just the Amber Grant. This organization gives out over $450,000 worth of grant funding to women-owned businesses, and they award these grants monthly. And in addition to that, they have several different grants for which you're able to apply. Now, I am going to let you know that to apply, there is a $15 fee. But the good thing about that is that you apply one time and you're eligible for all of these different grants for that month. And so let's look at some of the different grants. They have the monthly Amber Grant that it's for $10,000. And so that's just the basic monthly grant. Then twice a year, they have the $25,000 annual Amber Grant. So the way that works is the winners of the monthly $10,000 grants basically enter into competition with one another, and based on votes, there is a $25,000 winner chosen from that group. And so one lucky person is going to receive $35,000 in funding from the Amber Grant. Twice a year, they have a marketing grant. So the marketing grant doesn't have a specific dollar amount attached to it. It is based on need. It's based on basically what the grantee says they need as far as that dollar amount. but I would not expect that it would go over, the $10,000 that we see here. We have the nonprofit grant. So every quarter, they also award $10,000 to a nonprofit organization. And then also each month, there are business category grants. And so let's look down here. So we can see January. If your business is a skilled trade business, you might want to apply in January. If you operate a health and fitness business, you might want to apply in February. So you can see, even though that there's that application fee of $15, I mean, you could potentially each month be entered into, let's say I'm a business support service. And so which I did apply in June, potentially am able to acquire this $10,000 plus the monthly Amber grant. And so it's worth the $15. At least it was to me, guys. And I like the fact that our application fees are going back into the bigger pot to help fund these grants for women. The third grant on our list is the NASE Growth Grant. NASE stands for National Association for the Self-Employed, and they provide their members with $4,000 growth grants every quarter. And so the caveat to this would be that you would have to become a member. And yes, it is a paid membership. And so, go on and check it out. You may or may not want to become a member of the NASE. I will say that they do have tons of different resources available on their website to help you not only start a business, but also to grow and scale a business. And so just scrolling down a little bit here, we can see the eligibility requirements. Basically, you have to be a member of the NASE, but you can see here that these grants are given out quarterly. And so they kind of give you the rundown of the schedule. They're reviewed in April. The applications are reviewed in April, July, and October, and January. And so that is also another option that we have as small business owners when it comes to seeking grant funding on a more than once per year basis. Next up is the NAV Small Business Grant. Now, right now, this grant application is closed, but they do award these grants quarterly. And so if you scroll down, we'll scroll down here and we can see previous winners. They just announced the spring 2022 winners, but you can see here winter, summer, fall, and spring. They basically are opening this application up and they are awarding the grand prize of $10,000 to the top applicant, and then the runner-up gets a $5,000 award. And so this again is another opportunity. You will have to register with nav.com. There is no cost to registration. And so again, this is a free registration. This last grant cycle looks like it closed in June of 2022. The winner was announced. The winner was announced in June of 2022. And so I would expect within the next month or so for the next cycle of this grant to open up. So again, this is a $10,000 grant to the grantee who is deemed the winner and a $5,000 grant to the runner-up. So definitely worth checking out, guys. And the final grant on our list is the Incfile Fresh Start Business Grant. I included this grant because it is one of the few that I've come across that is truly for startups. And it's a small amount. Incfile, if you're not familiar with them, they basically help small business owners or aspiring entrepreneurs to set their business up. So they'll help you with registration, and all of those type things. But they do have, this is a new grant. They just started this year. You can see here the 2022 deadlines are September 30th and December 31st. This is a quarterly grant, so we've missed the first 2 quarters of the year. But you can see here, this grant is, the target individual would be an adult entrepreneur who is seeking funding to help start up their business. The grant amount is $2,500, but you also receive their gold plan. And so this includes incorporation services with your state and free registered agent services. So before all is said and done, you're looking at around a $3,000 value if you are the winner of this grant. In order to be eligible, they're not very strict criteria. You have to be 21 years old, you have to be a U.S. resident, and you have to be planning to start a new business or grow an existing business. And then they do have a very short application for this grant. They also want for you to create a short 2-minute video telling them how entrepreneurship will impact your life. So if you are not comfortable in front of the camera, in order to be a candidate for these funds, you're going to have to figure out how to get comfortable. And they also want you to submit a sample business plan. Now, it does not say in the eligibility criteria that your business plan has to be extravagant. I assume that they just want to know that you actually have done some research and put some time into planning this business, that this is a legit business venture, not just, a hobby that you are seeking funding for. Okay. So there you have it. 5 grant opportunities for your business that accept applications and award funding multiple times per year. Guys, if you found this video helpful, please like and share it so we can help make other small business owners aware of this opportunity. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.